Boomer. Boomer. Hola, hola, la, 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 la. Hola, la, la. Hola, todos. Whew. Snooze. Mateo. Hola, Mateo. Hola a todos. Hola. Me llamo Snoozino. Hoy es un gran día. ¿Qué tal? ¿Tal qué? ¿Tal qué? The only thing I know about Spanish, like I remember from class, is that you could usually when there's a care something, you could just respond by going the reverse. That's all I know. Like, que hora es? You could go es hora que. Something like that. Is it right? Who knows? That's all I know. Am I wrong? It's something like that, right? Who lied to you, my boy? That's fine. Spanish people always lie. It's in their blood. And before you try and say they don't, I can pull up something right now. Fuck you! I can pull up something. Wait, hold up. Wait, I'm bringing this up right now. Skong! 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 Night Hollow! My fucking goat. You wanna say you don't lie? Hello, comrade. The show is in about like 20 something minutes, so that's gonna be quite exciting. And in the meantime, I did want to show you guys just some stuff. Holy fuck, my gums are kind of inflamed. Fuck you! You look like you're... Wait, what? Okay. We don't know how long this show is gonna be. How long do you think it's gonna be? Do you think we're gonna get Ari and I forgot what the other one's name is. Do you think we're gonna get the devs? I think it's gonna be short, right? Like, I'm imagining it's probably gonna be like maybe 15 max. But nah, I think 15's way too long. Maybe like 5 minutes. I don't know. We have IGN here. Very excited to check this out. One second. Let me pull up the stuff that I wanted to show you just in the meanwhile. By the way, feel free to send me any links that you'd like me to check out and whatever. I love checking out these games. Oh, let me say this. Just found a clip of your fam. Go ahead. I'm not gonna lie, this is so true. I'm not gonna front. That's so true. I'm literally like, I am pretty much the only person who watches, who plays like actual, you know. I have to switch to YouTube because internet data sucks. That sucks, Sean, but no worries. I could read your lovely messages. But yeah, that is so fucking funny. But also that song is such a banger. But yeah, no, I need to send this to people. It's so good. But the thing I wanted to show, the thing I wanted to talk about, I finished Disco Elysium yesterday. Sag. I'm gonna play some music from it. I'm not gonna lie, that game is so good. Brave opinion. That game is really fucking good. Genuinely, it's so amazing. It's very long. Like, I think it's, I don't know how long it is. I'm assuming it's like 20 something hours, maybe 25. It's so good. Hey, Guts, welcome to the stream. It's really fucking good. It breaks my heart that we're never gonna get a sequel. Breaks my heart. Because it's such a great game. It's so intricate and detailed and beautifully written. I love your partner. The partner that you get, Kim. He's amazing. I love the main character, Harry. He's fantastic. Broke my heart. I'm looking, but I hope it all works out. Thank you, Guts. Poggy Woggy, suck on my top. No, but I like, the thing is that it's unfortunately one of those games where if you talk about it, it doesn't sound exciting, and if you talk about it too much, it does sound exciting, but now you spoil it all. But like, it's a game. It has no real, like, it's not an action game. There's no combat. It's all like choices and stuff like that. It's a perfect game for something like a handheld device. However, I do not recommend getting it on the Switch too. It crashes like... I'm scared of choice. Are you by any chance bisexual? You like all of your options. W! I'm finding something. I'm finding some consistent choices. No, I shouldn't say bisexual. Bisexual people can make a choice. You're, you know, the what's the matter, centrist boy, afraid to have an opinion. That's you. You're fluid. You're like water. But yeah, I mean, the game is. It is one of those games where, okay, let me explain it without like spoiling anything, but just talk about what I really like about it. The game is entirely dependent on like your stats are character rules. Your stats are like thoughts that you get to put points in. So, for example, do you want to put points into being a really quick thinker? Do you want to put points into being more strong? Do you want to put points into being, you know, just intellectually smart? And you can build a character. Like, for example, the build that I was trying to go for was, I wanted to start off, and this is how I started off. I started off with the build in mind of like Sherlock Holmes. You know, he's really intelligent, he's really clever, but he's bad with people. He doesn't quite know how to talk to people. The general setup of the game is that you are a police officer who wakes up. The general... Oh, that's that. The general concept is that you are a police officer who wakes up and has forgotten their memory, who has no memories. And you talk to people around the area and try and get like an understanding of who you are, and they'll explain stuff to you, but obviously they're scared of you because you're a person of the law, but also there's this idea of like, people not even wanting to tell you the truth. It's very interesting, and it's one of those games that really plays with the idea of you being a unreliable narrator. Like, okay, this is one of my favorite things in the game. The dialogue is so good, and there's so many great choices, but one of my favorite things that the game does is that you'll have your thoughts talking to each other, which is really cool, where you'll have Logic, for example, right? Logic, a thought of yours, talking to Shivers, right? Which is basically the idea of, like, you know, a feel. And Shivers will go, run away. And then that's when Logic will go, don't run away, it's a child. And then they'll talk to each other. And it's so cool, because it's basically acting the way your brain would act, where, you know, that you know how you have, like, a fucked up... Yeah, never seen that in a video game either. And it's so intricate. It's really well done. And you'll just get, like, some crazy stuff. Like, there'll be a point, you know, where a thought will go, hey, by the way, this thought has been lying to you the entire time. This thought wants you to die. And then that's when the other thought will go, no, I don't believe it. And it's just like, and the way the game can shift, like, as in the playstyle that I went for, you know, the Sherlock Holmes, eventually I wanted to build it where my character, before he forgot his memories, was just Sherlock Holmes. He was a dickhead. He was kind of a prick. But the idea that I had is that, you know, over the course of the game, he would become more, you know, he still had those traits, but he would become more of a redeemed human being. And I got to play that out, and it was so cool. Like, there's so many cool things that I'm skipping. But yeah, fantastic game. Genuinely, I really recommend it. It's not a game that I would want to play on a PC. It's a game I wouldn't want to play on a handheld, which is why I recommend, like, if you can get it, check if it is, like, Steam Deck verified. I don't know if it is. Highly recommend it. Like, it's a really good game. Beautiful. Oh my god. Holy fuck, it's so gorgeous. Like, sometimes the models and stuff like that can look a little rougher on the Switch. I'm sure it looks a lot nicer. But it's like such a pretty game. I love the art, love the aesthetics. I don't think I've ever played another game like it. Like, the closest in mind and recent is Pentiment. But, like, I still feel like Pentiment is definitely a lot more reserved. It doesn't go as far. Like, Disco Elysium does something very, very interesting. And I just loved it. I've never seen a game do something that original in a long while. I recommend it. Like, obviously, if it's not for you, it's just something. I remember I tried the game like 5 times on PC. Could not. Just I got bored wanting to sit here, you know. Yeah, go ahead. I hope you can forgive me. It released 1843. I know. I'm so sorry. Wow. You're becoming a lot more modern. That's crazy. Typically, you were playing the BCs, but, you know, that's so sick. Show me a trailer of Disco Elysium? Or, of what? Oh, this is actually something for... Yeah, okay. This actually goes into what I want to show afterwards as well. Disco... I'll show you Disco Elysium first, and then I'll show you the other game as well that I want to show. I really like the game. I really like it. The voice acting is fucking amazing. It's so well done. Let me show you. Let me go... Ah, this is the highest.
Get up, detective. One last time. The great city at the end of the world is waiting. So, get out there, solve a murder with a unique skill system at your disposal. Carve your own path across an award-winning open world. And uncover even more in this groundbreaking role-playing game.
What the fuck?
Know more of the locals.
Sorry.
And uncover even
I'm
more
seeing stuff that I've never seen. What the fuck?
in this groundbreaking role-playing game. Meet and get to know more of the locals.
Welcome to reality, baby.
Sure thing, champ. Lead the way.
If you could only find your gun.
It's okay.
With full voice acting for every single one of the city's beautiful people.
Yes. I'm going to unplug the microphone, okay?
And leave a bigger mark behind you in new quests.
You're big boy. You can handle it.
Enjoy the definitive edition of this hit RPG.
Don't look at the year.
Elysium, the final cut. A free upgrade for all players.
But yeah, the reason why I'm recommending this, I genuinely really liked it. Really fucking liked it, man. It's such a good game. Obviously, I know you have so much you're trying to get through anyway, so, you know. The music is great as well. I do really love the soundtrack. It's that's the thing, is that it's kind of that the behind the scenes is that everyone got fired basically, so the game never got to get patches and shit like that, and now these guys are making another game. There's, like, the people who are making this, who made this game, there's now like 4 spiritual successors made by individual members. The one I'm most interested in is the person that wrote the game, because obviously the writing was the most important part of Disco Elysium to me. So I'm far more interested in what he's making. But Zorm, who are the publishers, are now making another game, right? It's not set in Disco Elysium's world. The one thing I will say straight up is that Disco Elysium does not have... Disco Elysium has like a fantastic conclusion, but Disco Elysium, it very much is like a build up to multiple games in its universe. And there's stuff where, you know, you feel like you should have gotten certain answers only to find out, oh, this is like build up to what should have been the second game, but obviously it didn't come out. So that is something to just keep in mind. I really love the way it handled its writing and stuff like that. Like, I love detective noirs, so if you love the detective noirs, I'm sure you'd love this. But yeah, pretty fucking cool. Wait, yeah, definitely. That's way too steep. That's way too steep. Let me. I'll check if there's anything cheaper for you. But I wouldn't recommend getting it at 40. Let me check. There we go. Yeah, if you want to check the, you know, I sent you something so you can see if that's more up your alley. But yeah, obviously go through the other games that you're playing first as well. But I think you'll enjoy it when you do want to get into a story-based thing. But yeah, the reason why I also wanted to show that, why I wanted to talk about it, it's crazy. I just finished it. No worries. It's crazy. I just finished Disco Elysium like today, right? I played it a bit this morning and finished it. But the reason why I wanted to show this is because there's another game that reminds me a bit of it that I think looks really good. This is from a different studio. This is being published by Owlcat Games, who are the people who made the 40k Rogue Trader game that I really like, as well as they're making The Expanse. Oh, you've seen it? Okay. Look how cool it looks, man. I'm so excited for this.
This is my Mr. Harrow. Exactly like me. Indecisive, but noisy. A world-class procrastinator. The planet's on fire. But he's like, let me overthink this for 8 hours
I
first.
love the art.
He pokes into everything.
I think
talks
this
to
is so
everyone.
pretty.
He even inspects garbage, just in case there's lore. Honestly, I can't tell if I'm controlling him or if he's just me with better posture.
This is my Eugene Harrow.
It's a time loop,
Stuck in a 47-minute
interesting.
time loop. And you know what? That kind of sounds like my Tuesday. He doesn't move much, but he listens to weird late-night docs, to people who don't know they're saying something that matters.
Some trees will keep growing toward the sun, even after being struck by lightning.
Good for them. He needs some therapy, but maybe saving the universe, then documentaries.
This is my badass Harrow. He says what I wish I could say. He punches vending machines, tells people off.
We don't know when this is
doesn't
coming out, do
second
we?
guess, Just goes. He's not unkind. He's just done pretending to be okay. Me? I'd apologize to a chair for bumping into it. But this guy, he flips off the sky, and when it explodes, he doesn't flinch. They broke your time. Go get him, bro. Your Mr. Harrow will be available November 11th, 2025.
Yeah, okay. Wait, ignore the year. Ignore the year. But also, this looks fantastic. This November, baby. 11/11. I'm very hyped for this. I think this looks so fucking good. I'm so excited. Icky. But yeah, there's also another one that I want to show. Wait, how long do we have? We have... Oh.
Fight, I didn't do much damage.
One thing I thought that was super interesting that I managed to see online, a lot of people talking about it, obviously, talk of the town here at Gamescom, is that the Nintendo Switch 2 version of the game is confirmed.
Let's watch
to
this
run
first,
at 120
and then we'll check out
frames
the
per
other stuff.
second in TV mode.
It's already
which is super
happening,
exciting
so...
for me. I believe this is like the second indie game that supports 120 hertz displays. The first one being Mina the Hollower. So,
are you planning to get this on the Switch too? Or are you planning to get it on Steam Deck?
If it hopefully gets shadow dropped, or at least comes out soon. I think I'm gonna go Switch 2 because I played the original on the original Switch. And
it's strange for me. I can't imagine for you.
Or take it
when did you get into
Ian,
Silksong, by the way? Into Hollow Knight?
Well, I played the original Hollow Knight on the Switch. I never got around to completing it, and I played it at launch. So I was
pre-DLC then.
It looks super
no
pretty.
Fast travel.
Absolutely no fast travel. Yeah, played it hard mode, but yeah, never completed it.
There was no fast travel. Fuck.
I played it on the Switch. So I played it on the PC. Today,
Whoa.
using
Okay,
Xbox
so you played
controller,
it like
and playing
you
on
played
the
it within a
live
year or
stream,
two.
it looked
That's
beautiful.
crazy.
That was amazing.
Was it
I
before or
don't know if you've got
after the
headphones when you were playing on the
Voidborn
Switch, but,
edition?
you know, the audio's great. Yeah, it looks beautiful on the big screen. I will
Bro,
probably be buying it on the Switch.
This must be so
just
exciting for
because
you.
that portability. But yeah, it was fantastic to play it on a large screen like we can see here.
And it feels, you know, I don't want to be greedy now. I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, but I do want to like project a little bit here about what I hope to see from Silksong. So
her movements
Hollow Knight
look so good.
A very generous game.
The
to say the
animator,
least.
man,
There was
he's
much
so
to do.
amazing.
And when I actually picked up the game for the first time in like I think 2019 or 2020, it had already released all of its DLC, like the Grim Troop pack and like the stuff that.
Are you
unlocked
happy
the
that
path
they're
of Fame,
only
which might
that
be
they're
one of my
showing stuff
favorite
they've already
experiences
shown
in a video
before?
game ever, and that they managed to do after a couple years after launch. So because we've waited so long, do we think the game's just gonna ship as is, one and done? There's not going to be any sort of updates apart from like patches, or do you think that they will have a similar content plan in line? For
You're just happy to know that it's real.
I think the demand is there from the fans. I think there's going to be more content after the core game. We don't know what the core game's gonna have. Maybe
4
that
minutes.
level
Crazy.
of DLC is already built into it.
They've already said there's over like 150 more enemies than the original game. And they've also designed some of the largest hub areas they've ever made. So it's just crazy to imagine that they might be even more generous. But what about you, Ian? What do you
Hollow
think?
Knight is a big game.
From what I gather,
It's a
once
massive
you've completed Hollow Knight, the game. There's so much more game to play.
So the fact that
afterwards.
Silksong.
So if that isn't the same in this one, I think fans will be very disappointed.
Can you send
I
that
feel
to
like
me,
there's going to be
please?
some
If
very
you
deep
have a
lore
link,
going on.
I
In
would
fact,
love
in the
to watch
demo,
that.
There was a hidden area in the deep docks section which you could hit on a kind of obelisk.
I'm so excited
thing
to
and
watch
some lore
Musbag's
text
videos.
came
I
up.
love
So,
his content.
You know, I've seen
He's making a
countless
video
YouTube
game as
channels
well.
trying to
I'm actually
unpack
quite
the
excited
Hollow
for it. It
Knight
looked good.
lore, and I think this is going to cater to that audience as well. So.
Oh yeah, all your favorite lore tubers are, rubbing
Nazif,
their hands
welcome.
together, ready to crank out some new content. But honestly, I think that's what stood out to me most about the original Hollow Knight is it's there for people who want to challenge, but for people who want to dig into the story, it really takes a Bloodborne-esque approach in not only the type of story it's trying to tell about gods competing for influence over a small community, but also in how it kind of conveys those things. Back in 6 years ago, when Team Cherry was detailing what they had in mind for Silksong, they talked about how Hollow Knight was a descent into the Hollows, whereas in Silksong, it's all about the ascent. So climbing to the heavens to some extent. So I'm very curious to see, for those who have managed to make it through the true ending of Hollow Knight, to see, is the Radiance back? What about the Void? What role will that play? Will the Hollow Knight actually be back? The game is just called Silksong nowadays, but Jada, how do you feel about lore for the Hollow Knight series?
I'm not a huge lore person. I'm definitely all into great stories and such. The lore drops in
So what?
Souls
What do they
games
call it?
and Hollow Knight and such don't really do it for me. But I know I'm in the minority. I feel like that for most Hollow Knight fans, and that's okay with me. I get a great experience out of the combat, the tough bosses, the pantheons they added in that final DLC. Just
That's
amazing. I still have to finish the 12 boss run. To get that 112%.
They should call it Dark Souls.
You're so close.
I think that makes sense. Trustworthy Knight.
But
Upstanding
before we actually get into it,
citizen.
we're about 2 minutes out, probably a little bit less. And before we jump over to Ian with his thoughts on the game, I just wanted to preface, this is going to be a watch party. We're going to do our best to behave while we watch, but please forgive us if we get a little bit excited while we're watching this.
I don't care
We've been
to
waiting
watch.
just as long as all of you, and we cannot wait to see whatever it is Team Cherry has in store for us. But Ian, some last thoughts real quick. Compared to Hollow Knight, how did Hornet control...
Okay. Okay. The guy's telling us they're gonna be talking. I'm the talker here! Hey, oh my god, shut the fuck up. Hades 2 already exists. It already exists! I already played Silksong. Oh my fucking god. Oh, how much you want to bet it's gonna be 5-minute wait? Holy fuck, 200,000 people, or 220,000 people. Holy fuck. Okay, let's see. That's, yeah. Okay. Exciting. Let's go. Release date is number one thing that we want. It is happening. Release date. I honestly, I don't think I want anything else. I'm good. Just give me the release date and I'm good. This is the release date, actually. They're counting down.
I didn't know that was happening.
I've seen it, yeah.
That's really powerful.
If they I've said this before. I think they're gonna release it early September. I've said it before. If they, I'm giving you like 5 days catch up. I'm not saying like beat it. I'm saying I'm gonna give 5 days so that I can then play it after the 5th day, and then that's when, you know. No worries. I think it's a good idea as well, because like I played Elden Ring day 1, but honestly I would have probably benefited like viewership wise if I just waited a few days, because people wouldn't care that much about spoilers at that point. And you know, I'm not a big enough streamer for people to care. So that's fine. Like, it doesn't bother me. For any like huge releases that like Resident Evil and stuff like that. That's my plan, is give everyone a few days to play it first, and then I'll get to it. Tomorrow for sure. 30 seconds! Woo! Make sure the quality's good. Yeah, we're good. 20! 15! 14! 13! 12! 11! 10! 9! 8! 7! 6! 5! 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go! Oh, damn. Yep. This is the bug game. Cute. Oh yeah, I remember this. I really like that. Okay. God, the music. Oh, Ori. 200. God damn. Wow. Oh. Oh, release date. September 4th. Woo! Oh my god. September 4th? That's crazy. Is that it? I think that's everything. Oh, that looks so cool. Okay, we're gonna be checking that video out again. Okay, this time, this is the thing. We're gonna check it out again. How much of it do we want to pay attention to, though? Like, sometimes when something's so close, it's like, I'm just like, should we just go in blind-eyed? Like, just not even know much? I felt like it'd be fun to explore just a little bit of it, though. It looks great. I mean, of course it looks great. But also, did you send the video for the differences as well? We'll check that out after. Yes, you did. Thank you. But yeah, looks amazing. Oh my god, it's actually happening. Can't wait, Mossbag's 2-hour video. Oh, I'm fucking hyped for that. That's gonna be fun. Bro, that's really soon. That's really soon. I was expecting maybe the 10th or something like that. Like, I remember reading some people saying that. I think that's fucking sick. Okay, great. Remember, guys, by the way, today we're getting Jason Schreier's article. So hopefully that drops sooner rather than later. Let me just quickly go to Twitter. Hey, media, did you see it? Have you seen the big news? Did you see the event? Team Cherry dropped. We're gonna check out again. We're gonna check out right now. We'll check out right now. I'll be silent so that you can enjoy it for yourself. We'll go through it one more time. really cool. September 4th, man. That's crazy. Too bad I can't play it. I just started university, so I'm really busy. That sucks, man, but good luck with uni. But yeah, really soon. Really, really soon. September 4th. Kind of fucking insane. Literally in 2 weeks, exactly. I think that's perfect. I think a shadow drop would have been really annoying for some people. I think giving them 2 weeks notice is a great idea. Oh, man. I'm hyped. I'm actually very hyped. I think it's going to be really fun. Cinema. But yeah, like, let's go through it as well, like, slowly. We'll pause it and stuff like that. But the music is fantastic. How much do you have to finish, Media? Is it literally just the final boss? It's so good. Let's go through. We'll pause it. We'll slow it down whenever we need to. What did I miss? The event! Anyway. 200 enemies, basically. Insane. Oh, fuck. Thanks, Snooze. What did I do? 200 enemies. Do we know how many people are still working on Team Cherry? Like, is it still the same, like, amount of people? You know, the main 2 devs and then the composer? God, this looks so pretty. This looks so pretty. Wait, sorry. God damn. Ascend to the peak of a haunted kingdom. Ah, it's okay. I just realized Hornet might not have the crystal dash, or at least an alternative to it. Now I have a deadline to beat Absolute Radiance and I'm worried. Listen, good luck. Good fucking luck. I've beaten it 20 times now. No, this is a great trailer. I feel like they showed just the right amount. The only thing I'm cautious to see or like pay attention too much to is the map. Just because I feel like that's kind of leading into like spoiling territory, but it depends on how much they actually show. What is the main character's name in Skong? It's Leon S. Hornet. This place looks like the coolest. I wonder if this like air stuff that happens is something that you get once you like unlock or break, you know, like these or whatever the fuck, like you break the ground and it finally like pops open these places. Looks so sick. This is gorgeous. Like, that's so pretty. I think this looks so good. Oh, it does want to have... Imagine it's an ability you can unlock at some point. Oh, that'd be sick. This looks so cool. The fact... Okay, this is... I love... Look how well animated that is, man. That is so cool. This is what I wanted to pay attention to. So these are the slots that we can see. Not here. Where is it? Like these items stuff. We've seen these before. Oh yeah, and these change still. This is like a harp. A vicious stabbing trap. We can build it. Just know it disturbs us. These devious implements you can seem to kill. Okay, and they cost whatever the fuck this is. Geo, whatever the fuck they're gonna call this, and it requires an ore, an iron ore. Yeah, the HUD looks good. Like, it looks very similar to Hollow Knight's, but like that's a good thing. You know, it's clean. I think that orange thing making the air go up, right? Magma Bell. The trinket is our own invention. It wards against the deadly lava and heat around the docks. The workers used to request them of us. Now they've lost their mind to care. I kind of like the way the item descriptions are written from the perspective of like the blacksmith creating it. I think that's kind of cool. Like the blacksmith is like, oh, just know, you know, it feels like the blacksmith is telling us directly, before you use this, just remember they've lost their mind to care. It's kind of cool. You're getting it for PS5. Definitely picking it up for my Switch too, along with Hollow Knight. Gonna get it on the PS5. I'm a little like 50-50 on getting it either on the Switch or just getting it on the Xbox. I'll see. I'm probably gonna get on the Switch. I mean, it's running 120 Hz on the Switch, which is fantastic. But yeah. Oh wait. Oh, I didn't realize we got the third. And also, what the fuck? Yeah, it does require some form of like an iron ore. Hollow Knight felt great in handheld, and you always have the option to play it docked. My thing is that, because obviously I'm streaming the game, my plan is to play it a lot on stream. So I'm not sure how much use I'm going to get out of it handheld. Whereas if I just go on Xbox, I could just, you know... But I am considering getting it handheld, especially since I think it would be fun. You know, I do think this game looks... This game, my general opinion is that I don't know if I'm going to love this game. I didn't love Hollow Knight, right? I know I'm going to probably like this game more than than Hollow Knight. I feel like Silksong is going to be an improvement in pretty much every way. God, look how many... I love the floating guy. Do we think this is a banker? The way they have... Oh no, this is a key? But yeah, do we think this is a banker? And they're going to... And, you know, the same thing as the original Hollow Knight, where you have that banker lady who you can give money to. They're not... whenever we walk past benches... The map guy? You think this is the map guy? Could I... Actually, yeah, I kind of see it. Oh, shit. Let me go back. He is holding a piece of paper. I feel like if it was going to be the map guy, though, like the map person... Maybe it's like one part of the map people. Sorry, let me move. Maybe it's one part of the map people. Because I feel like Cornicus... Yeah, I kind of see, especially since they're holding what looks to be paper, and I'm pretty sure that's a quill. I think that makes sense. This is gorgeous, though. I wonder... My theory is that as we beat, like, the bosses in the game... What the fuck is that? Why am I getting to... Hello? Do you guys see that? What the fuck is happening? Okay, wait, hold up. We've got a new TV for our sitting living room because the last TV broke, and I made a joke saying it might have broke during shipping, and I jinxed it. It broke. That's so peak. I wonder what the capital, if there's any, is going to look like, just like we had a city of Tears. Because this game of Zoe, I hope he appears. He was the GOAT. Some kind of administrator? I'm just trying to think, what could it be? Like, what would it be used for? I was going to say, I feel like when we beat, like, major bosses in the game, like, this, because this is a loom, that this will be, like, you'll see threads start to appear. And I feel like this might be a way that we can track how many bosses we've beaten. I feel like that's what the game is going to do. But I was also going to say, as we walk past benches, we see her walk past another bench. We don't get the symbol anymore. I wonder if they're just hiding that for, like, you know, it's kind of annoying to have when you're showing your trailer. Or if they just removed the icon. That's why I wanted to look. Wait, oh, this doesn't have a requirement. Your media, I guarantee they're gonna do that. I guarantee. This doesn't have a requirement. Sorry. The music is so fucking good. There's a lot of friendly NPCs. I actually like it. I think it feels a lot more epic in my opinion. Especially since there are some moments in the previous trailers that do look like you have a companion fighting with you. Not like massively, but I could imagine them doing that sort of like, you know, you're not alone. That's sort of where the story's going. Or it's going to be a really depressing case where as the game goes on, everyone in that village dies. Crafting by claw alone produces inferior results. With this kit, you can craft finer, sharper, and deadlier tools if that is your wish. Crafting kit, okay. Yeah, I feel like crafting kit is going to be like a mandatory thing. You know, not mandatory, but like everyone should get it. Last blacksmith ended up as a boss. I don't trust this one to be peaceful. I like the idea of them being bosses, but like in fun ways. Not everything needs to be depressing. This is good. Oh my god, look at the way the metal looks, bro. What the fuck? That is so sick. The way that looks like a cocoon, but it looks, you know, it's kind of got that Egyptian, like, sarcophagus vibe. It's so sick. Yes, his helmet is a soundbar. Okay, well, I don't want to pay too much attention to this. However, this is fucking... Can I say the word? Can I say the word? Do they pinpoint where benches are? Do they pinpoint where Hornet is? Wait. Are they annoying? Wait. We don't know. Okay. We'll see. But they bow. This is fucking gorgeous. Do we think this guy's a boss or just like an annoying enemy that runs by? That's her sprint button. I am praying that we could just buy the, you know, show up on the compass thing and then the game just shows up and I don't need to wear it. You think Hornet is in the border of the yellow and green area? I think that makes sense. Oh, what the fuck was that? That looks sick. Yo, some of these enemy designs are fucking wild. Holy fuck. That looks so cool. Oh, man. These look sick as hell. Remember, Jason Schreier is going to be doing is releasing an article today, so hopefully we get you know, soon. For whatever reason, whatever the fuck that means, who the fuck knows? We do see this item change a few times, but whatever the fuck that means, maybe it's like Last Stand. I mean, come on, no way in hell this isn't. This has to be the escape segment, right? I'm just wondering if this will block off the area. Like, you know, certain areas will just become inaccessible past a certain point. I wonder if there's a reoccurring thing. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like the escape areas at a certain point in Ori, just because I sometimes find the controls in Ori to be kind of finicky. Fury of the Fallen indicator? What does Fury of the Fallen indicator mean? I think the biggest question that needs to be answered is, Snooze, are you going to be doing a 24-hour stream of Skong when released? Not when released. I like the idea of, I think it would be fun to do a playthrough of the game. The general plan is I'm going to give people like 5 days. Then I'll play Silksong. That way a lot of people can sort of get into the game and stuff like that. I think it will be fun to do a 24-hour stream of this though. But I want to play through the game first so that I can see. Maybe the broken mask health is a debuff? A debuff? In what? Like, oh. This thing looks so sick. We've seen this fight before. We've seen these two fights. That's the like judge guy. Man, it looks really good. A vast handcrafted world. I love that ability. That ability is so cool. Like that pogo sort of ability. It looks so cool. And I just realized, do you think this is her doing it, or do you think she's being pulled up? For 200 ferocious foes. Those white hooded enemies, yeah. God. Okay, these guys are like the Mantis Lords, right? How the fuck is she doing that? Is this like, instead of a double jump, do we get a glide? Because I don't think this is any ability. Yeah, I think that's just like a paraglide that we can get. I like how most of the enemies look more round shaped. Yeah, I'm loving the enemy designs. I think they're fantastic. Something tells me this enemy is going to be like a dung eater, where he like pops out the ground, boom, 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 boom. It does have a lot of flying enemies, but I feel like they're compensating by the fact that Hornet is a lot faster and a lot more agile. This is my goat. Frogman is the goat. It's so impressive to me how the game uses so much, you know, black and so much foreground elements, and yet it doesn't feel jarring. Do you think it's an insta-kill if you get eaten? It's sick. It's such a cool design. It would be so funny if you get insta-killed. However, I say that, I would want to rip my hair out. Yeah, this is the guy that's like Grim. I'm assuming that it's gonna be you get swallowed and then it spits you out and like, you know, does 3 points of damage, whatever the fuck. What the fuck? Restore Kingdom's Hope. Look at these, and fucking we've got a samurai here with like a little pop. God, it must have been so much fun to design them. Also, and you guys can't really see it, but they did speak about this. I remember Mossbag talking about the fact that apparently they have like 100 bench designs, which is like really weird, but like that's very cool. You hope the actual Grim appears. I know when you fight him in the game, I'm pretty sure it's a dream sequence, so he could appear, right? Like there's no reason he couldn't. I don't know. And then this is our fast travel route. Restore a Kingdom's Hope, so Hornet will need to revive someone or something. I imagine it's probably going to play out conceptually a lot of the same way that Hollow Knight played out. I think they're probably going to try and go a bit more of a hopeful route. Like, I feel like Hollow Knight's ending is, in general, you know, it's quite grim. Like, there's a bit of hope, but it does have a fucked up ending. I feel like here they're going to try and maybe go a bit more positive, but we'll see. It will be instant death when you face Frogman as Radiance type. You guys have fun with that. Oh, here's the question. Will the game come out with 100% or will it come out with 112%? What's the completion? What if they release with 100% and then 112% off the DLC stuff? Assuming they're doing DLC, we don't know. 200%. And also, no. Okay. I feel like this guy is gonna be our trainer, right? This thing is gonna be our trainer, and this is how we upgrade our nail. So we get these little cutscenes. That's my thinking. The white flower guy? Are you talking about lace? Are you talking about lace? This is the best thing. This is the best thing in the entire game. That is the immortal snail. Oh shit. No, that's so cute. But yeah, we have Lace, who looks really cool. I'm very excited for this fight. This fight has been built up for a while. Yeah, as far as we're aware, like, obviously you could be right. The Lace could turn out to be a trainer. As far as we're aware, I'm pretty sure we've only seen Lace in this one fight. So if it could be a case where she turns out to be a bit like Hornet was to, you know, the protagonist in Hollow Knight. But that would be cool. That is so sick. September 4th. Let's give it. Oh, yeah. I get what you mean. Is Lace a void? As far as, I mean, I don't think so. I feel like Lace looks very different. But my theory is that Lace is the protagonist from Hollow Knight. Was so locked in that it took me a while to figure out what the... You're like, is it Latin? What is it? Yeah, no, definitely. I see what you mean with the Swordmaster. What was his name? Noid? What was his name? Oh. That's so cool. That's so cool. I love the way that worked. Like her predicting the ability. It'd be sick if we can do that in the game. Like that's a special ability that you can also do. You know, maybe you learn that from Lace once you're like far enough into the game. Fuck, man. It looks good. It looks good. It just looks really fucking solid. Need to... It'd be... I do know... They did release the thing. Let me find this. So that I could show you guys. It would be easier to explain. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, we apparently they released the article. So let's read that as well. One moment. Yeah, a couple things. We can turn off the hero voice, so we can turn off Hornet's voice. Yes, the article is out. We're gonna read it. One second. This is what I wanted to show. There's a dedicated button to a thing called Needlin, which apparently is the playing the music. So apparently playing the music and stuff like that will be a button that you can press, which I think is really cool. Reminds me a bit of Zelda. Looks very cool. But yeah, I saw this. I mean, if you follow like Mossbag, he's tweeting a lot about this sort of stuff. He's talking about a lot about it. Lace is a child. Your threats are worthless, child. If you are my foe, stay your voice and raise your blade. Is that what Hornet is saying? That's insane. Is Hornet a bad bitch? She's like, watch yourself, bitch. Here's the Hornet cocoon breaking animation in slow motion. You can see a black shadow of Hornet's body in a fetal position that disintegrates into black particles that fall to the ground. Doesn't seem to act like Void, but it's still very weird. Don't question. But yeah. Really cool. So yeah. Let me quickly... Yeah! Let's read it. Wait, before we start, we obviously need to get into the mood. Get fucked. Yeah, of course. There you go. Oh my god, that is such a long thing. Sorry about that. I'll delete that. Just let me know. I can't delete it. Okay, never mind. I forgot. Twitch doesn't allow that for some reason. Silksong will be a... What?! It's put on my mind. Hi everyone, and welcome to a special edition of Game On about a very special game that we'll be playing quite soon. The wait is over. It's surreal to write, but it's true. Silksong will be out September 4th. I was expecting it to be VR. After 6 years of near total silence from the developers and enough feverish anticipation to make it the most wishlisted game on Steam, the sequel to the indie hit Hollow Knight is releasing in 2 weeks. Team Cherry, the small team behind both games, announced the news Thursday in a trailer. Why did it take so long? Often, such protracted development cycles are caused by mismanagement and result in a painful burnout among the staff. But speaking to me last week on a video call from their office in Adelaide, Australia, Team Cherry's co-founders Ari Gibson and William Pellion said that making Silksong has been nothing but a joyful process. We've been having fun, Gibson said. This whole thing is just a vehicle for our creativity anyways. It's nice to make fun things. The lengthy production wasn't the result of development challenges or obstacles, they said. They just needed all these years to ensure that Silksong was exactly the game they wanted to make. It was never stuck or anything, Gibson said. It was always progressing. It's just the case that we're a small team and games take a lot of time. There wasn't any big controversial moment behind it. Okay. I mean, that's fine. But the question is, what happened with communication? You know? Like, it's fine if it took that long. But what? Yeah. This Silksong saga started in 2017 when Team Cherry released Hollow Knight, an action platformer set in a vast world of cartoon bugs. A Switch version released the following year added to the momentum by the end of 2018. Millions of fans were raving about its polished gameplay, distinct style, and impeccable vibes. As of today, the game has sold 15 million copies. Team Cherry told me making it one of the most successful independent video games ever made. 15 million copies is crazy. Initially, Gibson and Pellet had a plan to release an expansion pack revolving around Hornet, one of its key characters, but in February 2019, they announced that the expansion had grown too big and would instead become a full-fledged sequel titled Silksong. Pardon me. Hollow Knight had been massive, and their plan at the outset was to build a smaller world for Silksong. To ensure that the game felt just as deep, they'd implement an elaborate quest system that would offer the players reasons to backtrack and revisit old locations. Yeah, this is a lot of stuff that we already knew, but we'll see. In contrast to Hollow Knight, which had a single town full of shops and characters to meet, there would also be multiple towns, each serving as a hub for quests. This is all true, this is all stuff that we're seeing in the game. Even at that point, we were recognizing that it was going to become another giant thing to rival the scale of Hollow Knight, or probably exceed it, Gibson said. And then because of how we work, obviously the world ended up being just as big or bigger. The quest system existed and the multiple towns existed. Suddenly you end up 6-7 years later. It all came down to their development style, which may have been too much fun. Gibson and Pellion, who were joined by a programmer, Jack Vine, composer Chris Larkin, and a few contractors who helped with programming and testing, started off by designing the core gameplay for Hornet. the game's slick protagonist. From there, it was easy to implement and test out new ideas even as the game grew bigger. We're very fortunate that we have a development method that is so enjoyable, Gibson said. Not exactly sure how we stumbled upon that. Everything came together quickly. You can see results fast. Ideas turn into something that exists in the game almost immediately before your eyes, and that's very satisfying. And that allows you to go off on those tangents. Are these guys on those tangents? I meet weird characters because someone's offhandedly mentioned a weird character as an idea, and the other person laughed, and that's enough. You're always working on a new idea, new item, new areas, new boss, Pelin said. That stuff's so nice. It's for the sake of just completing the game that we're stopping. We could have kept going. The downside of this methodology was that it could have lasted forever. I remember at some point I just had to stop sketching, Gibson said, because everything I'm drawing here has to end up in the game. That's a cool idea, that's in. That's a cool idea, that's in. You realize if I don't stop drawing, this is going to take 15 years to finish. You guys were close. You guys were close, you know. We felt like continued updates. But doesn't this happen in all games? Like, making a game takes time, sure, but what does that have to do? That's my problem. Right now, they're not talking about communication. Like, I kind of expected the reason the delay was happening was because, you know, they're making stuff. You know, that's not saying much. During the development of Hollow Knight, Gibson and Pelin frequently posted game updates and talked to players. At the end of 2019, Team Cherry posted one more update about Silksong, then went silent, much to the fans' dismay. We felt like continued updates were just going to sour people on the whole thing. Alright, Nazif, no worries, man. Nazif, if you're interested, obviously feel free to check out the article by Bloomberg. See if that's something that interests you. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. But my problem isn't the delay. My problem is the lack of communication. That's what I'm finding weird. Is that, like, I don't care that the game took 7 years. Like, the game could have taken 10, right? It's just weird that they haven't been talking. We felt like continued updates were just going to sell people on the whole thing, because all we could really say is we're still working on it. That's not much, though. Like, well, once again, I understand why they did it. However, I don't think this excuse holds up when you consider the fact that it started as a crowdfunder, which is my only problem. Like, if this was a game they were just making, right, and they just shut up and they didn't talk, that would have been fine. Yeah. They wanted to be particularly cautious about avoiding spoilers. Much of the thrill about Hollow Knight came from accidentally stumbling upon secret passageways or breaking down walls to find hidden bugs. Silksong has plenty of its own secrets that they didn't want to detail before the release. Okay. Plus, they thought Silksong would be out much sooner. Instead of popping up and bugging people for the sake of it, it felt like our actual responsibility was just to work on the game. Probably at the time we thought we'd go quiet for a year or two, then the game would come out. In 2020, as COVID disrupted most video game productions around the world, Adelaide was able to stave off the worst of the pandemic, going months without new cases, which allowed Gibson and Pellet to continue, plugging along on Silksong. Seems a little odd knowing that the rest of the world had such a dramatic and isolating period, Gibson said. Here we were going to cafes and having brunch. Silksong briefly resurfaced in 2022 during an Xbox event, which promised that all of the games shown would be out within a year. Xbox doubled down on Twitter, saying the Hollow Knight sequel would be out before June 2023. At the time, they all thought it was true. We did genuinely believe that was the case. There was a period of 2 to 3 years when I thought it was going to come out within a year. You didn't even tweet! You didn't even tweet. That's so weird. We did it feels like they're living in an alternate reality in which they were like, whoops, sorry guys, delay is happening. But what happened was that June 2023 hit, and then nothing happened. And people were like, okay, July 2023? Like, if you just said, I think about Toby Fox, Undertale, you know, Deltarune. He said, yo, chapter 4 and 5 is going to be delayed until X amount, like it's not coming out this year. Which is all they had to say. Like, I just think it's like, once again, I'm not saying like to release anything. I think it would have been better if they were just like, hey guys, if they said we're gonna disappear for 1 to 2 years, we'll be back. I feel like that would have been better than what they've did. I don't know, it's silly. I guess they felt like they had to write this article but just didn't know what to say. Yeah, it's very strange right now. I'm not in love with what they're saying because Hollow Knight fans started to erupt like a volcano. Yeah, but like, I mean, of course fans are going to be weird, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that were like very creepy and annoying to them. But I don't know. It feels like they're saying something that didn't happen. You know, it's strange to me. But the game kept growing. Silksong has more elaborate bosses than Hollow Knight, more gameplay systems and more interactivity. Gibson and Pellin wanted objects in the world to react to Hornet's various tools, which required a ton of drawing and animation work. Okay. I think we're always underestimating the amount of time and effort it will take us to achieve things. It's also that problem where, because we're having fun doing it, it's not like it's taking longer. This is awful. We really need to get past this phase. This is a very enjoyable space to be in. Let's perpetuate this with some new ideas. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I think like their best excuse is saying, hey, we just really liked working on the game, and that's fine. But once again, like I don't care that it took long. I care that it's like you guys kind of disappeared. It's very weird. Also, let me play a song. Yeah, exactly. The longer development lasted, the more pressure Gibson and Pellin felt to ensure that everything was as fine-tuned as possible. They'd already spent 4 years on it, why would they rush now? The more time they spent polishing some parts, the more time they needed to apply it consistently across the rest. There's a level of finish that has to be met throughout the entire game, Pellin said. All the ways the system interacts, all the hidden work that pops up later on, it's multiplicative. As you add stuff, the process of tying it all back together just increases. Okay. Throughout development, Team Cherry remained tiny, which may have extended the production time, but also saved them from the slog of having to manage and delegate. We don't want to mess with the formula and then find out it's not fun. I used to manage teams in past lives. I don't really want to do that ever again. It does sound like they were afraid to speak. To me, it's like, I understand people are very uncomfortable. I understand it's an uncomfortable discussion. I understand people are going to be very annoying. But it does feel like we're not hearing like, oh, you know, what's the guy's name? Leth? He's like their PR guy. And it's like, it just feels like, you know, you guys got a PR guy for no reason. But who knows? It gets more uncomfortable the more time that passes without updates, yeah. What is Jira? Gibson said when I asked if they use a task management application. Is it a software? Pellin said, adding that they briefly used Trello before their account was deactivated because they didn't use it enough. As development dragged on, the hype for Silksong grew more feverish. Yeah. Perhaps the biggest reason Silksong took so long was that Team Cherry never had to worry about that one thing that keeps other independent developers awake at night: money. During the production of Hollow Knight, they stayed lean, sometimes living off leftover triangle sandwiches that their office neighbor would bring them after meetings. My dad would sometimes pop up and give me $20, Gibson said. I'd be like, oh, I'm having coffee today. Don't worry, this is just the introduction. The actual article is about to start. Thanks to their first game's massive financial success, Gibson and Pellin no longer have to scrounge leftovers. For Pellin, who has 2 kids and a third on the way, that's provided an inestimable peace of mind. For Gibson, who said he spends most of his time at the office, it hasn't changed much. I live in a very basic 2-bedroom apartment, he said. Sometimes I think, you know what would be better is a 1-bedroom apartment, because then there's even less to maintain. The game has continued to generate revenue by reaching new players, perhaps in large part due to the Silksong buzz. When the studio announced Silksong in February 2019, Hollow Knight had sold 2.8. Whoa! Holy fuck! They made pretty much the rest of their 12 million since 2019. That's insane. What? That's crazy. They made 2.8 million in the first like 2 years, and then they made so much more later. All thanks to me. I'm the GOAT. The game has sold another 12 million copies since then, allowing Team Cherry to keep working on the sequel indefinitely without having to worry about running out of funds. We're very lucky in that regard, Gibson said. I don't ever really think about it that much, maybe that's the privilege of it. As the years went on, the hype kept building. A Reddit forum dedicated to the game filled up with nonsensical blabber and made up tweets, which users called silk posts. A variation on the expletive. Meanwhile, chat sections for video game live streams and Nintendo Direct events were played with the same feral messages repeated over and over. Silksong when. I think it's actually just Skong. Gibson and Pellin tuned it all out, rarely going online. That's kind of the problem. They say they never read comments on YouTube or Reddit, although occasionally friends or family would send them some of the funniest ones. It's nice that people are passionate about the game and that they're obviously forming their own strange or very excited communities around it. Feels like we're going to ruin their fun by releasing the game. I feel like that's a little tone deaf. Once in a while, people would show up at the Team Cherry office, sometimes with their children, perhaps hoping for a Willy Wonka type experience. Yeah, it's a little tone deaf. Once in a while, people would show up at the Team Cherry office, sometimes with their children, perhaps hoping for a Willy Wonka type experience. Inevitably, they were disappointed by what they found instead. It's a grubby room with cardboard boxes, Gibson said. Their walls remained the same dull avocado color that they were when Team Cherry moved in more than a decade ago. They never even put up art, they've been too busy making the game. In early 2025, Gibson and Pellin began to see the finish line and started making plans to release the game in the fall. Players, desperate for more information, devoured every scrap of news, like the announcement that it would be playable at a museum in September, hoping this might finally be the year. I'm assuming that when they say people went to the office, it was probably like family, friends, you know. I don't think it was like just a regular, you know, John, whatever. Both Nintendo Co. and Microsoft's Corps Xbox said during live events this year that Silksong was planned for 2025, but fans were cautious. They'd been down that road before. Meanwhile, Team Cherry kept working. The shape of the game has been finalized for a while. Pellin said the last year or two has been all about the details, adding small encounters, polishing everything, and tying it all together. And they're still working to finalize things. Pardon me. And they're still working to finalize things until the last possible minute. As we spoke with Silksong a little more than 3 weeks out, I spotted programmer Jackvine in the background tweaking code for one of the game's console ports. Gibson and Pellin said they're happy about that the game is finally coming out, and even happier that they will get to keep working on it, which they still find enjoyable even after 7 years. They haven't burned out or shown any desire to take a break. Instead, they're already making big plans to add extra content to Silksong. Okay, so this is confirming at the very least some form of DLC. This could be free updates, this could be paid, we don't know, but cool. If I had lived in the same city, I would sleep outside just like Launching it is obviously quite exciting, Pellin said. What comes after for us is equally as exciting. The most interesting thing now is that we can add to it next. We got a plan. Admittedly, some of the plans for that stuff are kind of ambitious as well, but hopefully we can achieve some of it. Stay tuned for 2032 to see how that turns out. Not gonna lie, this doesn't answer anything, but I mean, it's not a bad article, it's just, it doesn't answer anything. It doesn't explain. Yeah, I never thought... I mean, once again, it didn't even have to be a yearly tweet. It could have just been something as simple as, guys, sorry, we have to delay the game. It's no longer coming out 2023. We will let you know when it's going to come out. But the fact that they just went mute, it just meant that everybody's like, oh, is it this year? Is it this year? Is it this month? Is it next year? Oh my god. William Pellin, he has like a Twitter account and people, you know, there's like a AR element that people play around with. Is this the cake? Whatever the fuck that means. There's no point buying the first release since I would prefer the version that got everything in one package. I mean, I feel like they're releasing a complete game. I just feel like it's probably gonna be, you know, DLCs and stuff like that, but that's fair. I'm going to be playing it. Obviously not day one, but pretty much week one. Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating, right? It's frustrating. I dislike a lot of their excuses, just because they're acting as if it's like, oh, you know, we were working on this. No one knew. People knew. People knew quite a lot. You know, before 2022, before the Xbox revealed it. Yeah, I feel like this was kind of... I'm not gonna lie, this was incredibly tone deaf. What's that? What was the line? Let me find it. Feels like we're going to ruin their fun by releasing the game. Feels incredibly tone deaf in my opinion. It feels like it's kind of being, you know, it just feels very weird to me. The thing is, the game looks good. I'm sure that they're making a game that people are going to be really happy with, and I'm sure it's going to be much more polished. I'm sure it's going to be better than Hollow Knight, but it is one of those things where any time before 2022, they were perfectly valid being quiet, right? They were fair because they didn't release anything. But then 2022, when Xbox was like, anything that comes out is going to release within the year, and then it didn't release within the year, you have to say something. Like, you have to be like, yo, we're not releasing. I just can't believe this is all we're going to get after a 7-year wait. We got to breathe out now after so long, but now it feels like we have hard to breathe again with this info. Yeah. It's, I don't know, it's very... It's strange. Once again, this isn't the worst thing ever, right? It's not like these guys are running away with our money. These guys have made a video game, and they're making a game that I'm sure, especially you two, you know, obviously me, it's 50-50 whether or not I'm gonna like it, but I know you guys are gonna love it, right? So I know it's gonna be a great game for people who love Hollow Knight. I just find the excuses to be silly. I just find the idea of like, oh, we don't use the internet. It's like, you live in the 21st century. You use the fucking internet. You better love it, Snooze. You better. Fucking gun to mine. But yeah, like we don't. What's a Twitter? I don't know. Maybe ask the guy who fucking runs your Twitter account. I don't know. Just really silly. Just quite silly to me, especially since I think about one second, let me find it. I'm pretty sure this is the correct one, but I'm just going to use it. Despite the game making great progress, we can't discuss the release date yet. Even if Chapter 4 is completed smoothly, there may be surprising factors, so we're not at the point where we can make a solid promise. That being said, we will let you guys know as soon as we can. That's all you needed to say. That's all you needed to say. And the game came out, like, Chapters 3 and 4 came out recently. Like, that's all I'm saying, right? Like, you guys, all you needed to say was, we're really sorry, we can't hold our promises. We promised that it would be released between 2022 to 2023. That's not going to happen. It's going to be delayed. We don't know how long for, but, we'll let you know as soon as we have a proper release date. Perfect. Everyone will be like, okay, cool. Delays happen. Shit happens. You need to make a hollow mask for the release. What mask are you wearing, though? Are you wearing the protagonist mask? Are you wearing Hornets? My girlfriend forced me to play Deltarune when Chapter 4 is released. I'm waiting for the game to just come out. I know you said, did you like it? Did you like Chapter 4? Grims, oh, that'll be cool. But yeah, that's all they needed to say. I find it kind of a weak excuse to go, we just had fun. It's like, yeah, that's great, have fun, you know? No one cared that you guys had delays. That was fine. I'm gonna bring up, like, I'm not using this as a comparison point, right? Like, but, you know, Deltarune is a good example of this. But, you know, Hades 2 had a delay with their patch update and whatever the fuck. Just say it. Just, that's all you need to do. Just go, hey, there's a delay. It's not much. Like, I don't feel like it's asking for a lot. I think it's a little weird that that this article exists the way it does. I find it a little silly. I forgot snooze. That's fine. That's fucking fine. Just remember, by the way, they gave you a release date last time and then they delayed it. What makes you think this is any different? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's still not here because it's not happening. Fuck you. But also, I think the game looks really good. If they delay it again, I'm simply not buying it. I don't think you'll have a choice. I don't think it will. I don't think it's gonna happen. Okay. Remember, they're the ones saying that they don't want to release it. I feel like we're ruining your fun. Not a great fucking sentence, my guy. It does look good. Okay, let's get out of the way. It looks good, right? Like we're all excited. I think the game is gonna be fun. By the way, I do need to grab some water real quick. We're not going to be going on for too much longer. I just wanted to talk about Silksong for just a bit, honestly. And maybe I'll just show the Expanse gameplay that I'm very excited for. But yeah, like, just let me know what you guys think, though. Like, what did you think? Obviously, we're all annoyed about the communication is the biggest problem, right? Like, delays are fine. Communication, lack of it is kind of annoying. Not kind of, very annoying. But yeah, we'll see what's going to happen. But what is the thing to you the thing that you're most excited for in the game? Did you realize they showed the date? That'd be so funny. That'd be so fucking funny. Oh, please let it happen. Please let it happen. No. That'd be so... I would die of laughter if that happens. Oh, that's so good. Alright, 1 sec. Oh, yeah, the thing I wanted to say to you guys just quickly before, as I go. What is one thing that you're hoping, that you're like, you want to see in Silksong? Something that you really loved in Hollow Knight that you want to see in Silksong? Something that you had problems with in Hollow Knight that you wouldn't like to see in Silksong? Boop. Boop. Whew. Sorry about that. I did die, but I was resurrected. I'm Jesus. Also, just got myself a banana. Yeah, let's check them. Oh yeah, let's watch the video that you sent. I think that'd be good. You sent a... Okay, let's go through these smaller ones first. I hope there's a reoccurring joke and we just get to slap a bunch of these weird little freaks. That'd be funny. Nah, this is facts. Nah. I'm sorry, it's so weird that they saw this. Just saw this, but it's too funny and accurate. Oh my god. Yes, that would be so... Oh, I wish they did that. Imagine that. Imagine. But yeah, I do... A great trailer, right? We could all agree on that. Alright, let's check this out. It's crazy. This is now out of date. This video is now out of date.
If you think the Gamescom 2025 demo is the exact same as the demo from 2019, then you are sorely mistaken. Yeah, they both show the same two areas, but there were still some noticeable differences. That's why I went through the internet and compiled a short list of changes that I deemed significant enough to be in this video. For example, which area comes after the deep docks. You'll find out that and some more stuff today. And if you think, hey Stizzle, didn't you upload a video like 7 hours ago? Yes, I did. I am sleep deprived and I am half alive, but I am so ready to deeply dive into the demo changes, so get out of my way so I can just get started, please. It's midnight as I'm recording this. A lot of my Silksong colleagues and friends went to Gamescom themselves, so whenever I mention something, I'm gonna say where I got it from, of course. First up, we gotta mention the art style. As this tweet shows, and as we have seen from the last few times, whenever I mention something, I'm gonna say where I got it from, of course. First up, we gotta mention the art style. As this tweet shows, and as we have seen from the last few times we got screenshots, the art style has changed a bit.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It looks so much more vibrant. That's cool. I remember this... Ooh. Obviously, I'm assuming some of the colors are going to be kind of fucked over because this is a screen grab. But that green here is definitely so much more saturated than that.
The colors seem to pop.
And also, I just realized, I'm pretty sure Hornet's skirt in general, I don't even know what she's wearing, a dress, skirt, whatever it is a lot more vibrant. Yeah.
And the blur effect for layers that are further back seems to be stronger now. With these still images, I honestly...
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I feel like here it looks... I feel like the problem with this one in comparison... Like, you know, if we got this, I would have been very happy. I think this looks great. But I think the problem with this in comparison to this is that this, it feels like there are 2 layers. Like there's... Sorry, 3 layers. There's... You know, foreground, background, very background. And here it feels a lot more like there's 100 layers. Like there's this thing is close to this and this and this. I think it's very nice.
Further back seems to be stronger now. With these still images, Wow.
Looks really fucking good. I wonder how many revisions they go through for this. Like, this is one of those things to me where I'm like, who the fuck was like, yo, this doesn't look that good anymore? And they were just like, fuck it, let's change it all. Because this is more than just texture rework. This is like, you know, placements are different and shit like that. Oh, 100%. 100% king. I actually prefer it. I really like the 1902 version. That was a banger.
I prefer the old version just a bit, but I reckon they're good.
I feel like this looks more dangerous. This could easily be, though, like the lava is building.
Reasons they changed it. I guess probably once we...
Like, it could be that case where the lava gets more dangerous and so it brightens up and stuff like that. I love the way they handle the, like, the backgrounds and stuff. It's so well done. It really gives this vibe of the area being so much bigger.
Played and actually get good quality videos of it that are not filmed with the camera or phone, then it will probably make more sense. Another thing that has changed that is immediately noticeable is the detail. Chains rustle as you walk past them. Fabric moves.
God, I straight up, one of the most impressive things to me is the way the metal looks. It looks so fucking good.
And reacts to Hornet in dynamic ways. All of this was not here that extensively in 2019. In Kadeya's video, we see what I assume to be the first of Hornet's crests, and it has changed significantly. This is what it looked like before, with nothing but 3 tool slots here, and the version from the...
I'm assuming this is going to be tool slot, tool slot, tool slot, and then like upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. Like, as in you can put something that boosts whatever the fuck you have. I love that in Hollow Knight, and I hope we get more little animations like this in Silksong. It's so impressive. It's stuff that you're not supposed to think of, but as soon as you start noticing, like, you know, you play other 2D platformers that don't have it, it feels very empty. I want Hornet to interact with almost everything that's in the background. It's fucking, like, I you know, once again, this shit is, like, polished to a T. It's so well done.
Demo, this crest seems to be at least an upgraded version of it, since it now also has the special attack, the Silk Spear, in the middle. We also got 3 additional tool notches here, but those are likely not yet available, because the available ones, filled out or not, are just the 3 colored ones. What do you think? Does this crest evolve into this one? Is it a totally different crest? And are those 3 notches missing because we need to upgrade the crest itself? Or do we need to find more red, yellow and blue tool slots
Looks a lot better.
respectively, like color-coded notches basically, and then we can equip corresponding tools onto it? Let me know in the comments. We also got some updated and new descriptions for some of the items in our inventory, the most important of which I'm gonna read out now. The Silk Spear, one of Hornet's...
Oh. This is how she does that sick little dash thing. I could draw so much better.
Attacks says that it is a deadly weaver technique. That is some new info because we did not know for sure what each of the abilities would be tied to. And while we still do not know for sure how and why Hornet gets a hold of this, it is nice to know that this is tied to the weavers. In her video again, Kadeya picks up multiple shard bundles, and in the descriptions we are able to see that each one of...
Sorry, can be broken... Okay, this is like the souls in like Dark Souls and stuff. Crazy that we're getting Trust before RE9 and even before Silent Hill. Oh wow, yeah. When does Chronos come out? It was September like 5th, right? That's crazy. It's gonna come out like same day.
Total of 80
Pretty much.
shards. Speaking of currency, rosaries, the red small bells, are described as the following. Beads carved from various materials, used as a measure of faith and traded as a currency. Each is etched with a fine patterned design. I wonder then, if all bugs will accept rosaries. I reckon that for some, the ones disillusioned by the cult and religion, shards are...
The thing I'm most excited for in this game... Fuck you! The thing I'm most excited for in this game is the NPCs and stuff like that. Especially if Hornet is like someone that talks. That's gonna be so cool.
Much more valuable than rosaries. But I guess we'll see. Now in Nintendo Life's video, we also see that Hornet's cloak is described to show signs of age. This tells me that we can also upgrade the cloak in some way, because why would we run around with an old cloak at the end of the game, for example?
I like
what supports this is that they actively changed the description.
Do you think these are going to be more regular side quests? We've seen in... keep in mind, these are old, so they could have definitely removed them, but there are certain side quests that were like, gather this and stuff like this. Oh, gather these items and whatnot. I feel like we're going to get some of them, but I feel like most of the quests are going to be similar in scope to like what Dark Souls does, where you know, you go here, it leads to a boss battle. I don't think they're ever gonna do like very basic. Oh, a Knight's Cloak would be cool. The Knight's Cloak would be really cool. I remember that's something they changed in Ori. They added more small side quests in the second game. I don't think they're gonna do like, you know, boring fucking just generic fetch quests, but I do think they're gonna do, hey, can you pick this item up on the way? And if you have X amount of items, great. You know, I just feel like they're gonna make it more obvious what constitutes as a quest to the player, which I think is a good idea. Like, that doesn't bother me at all. But maybe some stuff that might give you some cool items. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think the reward needs to be worth it. Because the worst thing that they could do is you go through all of this shit and all the rewards are boring. I feel like all the rewards need to be something that changes your gameplay, either in some minor or major ways. As long as we get funny, yes, that's all I want. I just want to beat the shit out of everyone.
I found a tweet from 6 years ago because, yet again, I am sleep deprived, but I am very much motivated. And in this tweet, it reads that discrete pockets are woven within the lining. This line is now missing totally, and the cloak is now giving off a way more decrepit vibe. Lastly, the needle is now described as a long sewing tool, uniquely balanced for combat. The blade is marked by time and use. Sadly, I did not find every single old description for the item.
Yeah, without that, we can upgrade our needle. My thing, though, is that in Hollow Knight, you upgrade the needle, but it's linear, right? You upgrade it exclusively in one path. You can't, like, choose upgrade types and whatever. But I do wonder if there will be upgrade potentials to do, like, more damage, but you gain less thread. Or maybe gain less thread, but do less damage in your upgrade. Maybe that's what the health actually was. Maybe one cloak. Oh, that would be sick.
In Hornet's possession. But it is time to move on to the actual gameplay anyway.
That's a cool
idea. As I've said, and as many have stated, this demo is largely a reworked and polished up version of the 2019 demo. That means that the art style and a lot of the environmental details have been changed and enhanced. But it also means that most of the enemies are placed the same way. As we move into the demo, we can actually now see the starting credits. It is still made by Team Cherry and still made by these three guys. It's just kind of nice to see this somehow. We get a good look at the walking animation here, and man, I just think it looks nice how smoothly Hornet's cloak flows. Additionally, in the Moss Mother fights, we are now unable to destroy the eggs by walking over them, which we were able to do in the 2019 demo. Now, I don't know if you've seen this, but one of my shorts from back in the day claimed that we would be able to skip the Moss Mother boss.
A cloak that's what I was thinking. Either like a cloak that, you know, when you die, it gives you back that one health, so you can technically get a second life. Was what I was thinking when I saw that. But I do like the idea of, you know, cloaks that do less damage and stuff like that. Would be cool.
Fight by not touching one of the eggs, as in every single demo footage of 2019, the Moss Mother fight started exactly 3 frames after someone touched an egg in that arena, no matter what egg it actually was. Now, that led me to believe that if you were to not touch any of the eggs, you would be able to skip the boss fight. Now, in the gameplay we see here, there are no eggs that are destroyed, and yet the boss fight starts, and the Moss Mother destroys the eggs anyway herself, so maybe she's just not as much of an attentive mother, destroys the eggs anyway herself, so...
Yeah, that's what I thought when I watched this. Okay, that makes sense.
Maybe she's just not as much of an attentive mother as Team Cherry had originally planned. Moving on, as per Kadea, people were not able to dash in Moss Grotto, probably due to that being a locked ability, but they were able to heal. In Deep Docks, they were able to dash, but apparently unable to heal. I don't know if that was that way for everyone, or if it was a weird button mapping issue or something, but it is interesting.
Boo! How dare they make me fight bosses in the video game where we fight bosses?
Interesting nonetheless. I guess it could be some kind of demo-specific reason, maybe so people die quicker and players rotate quicker. Speaking of button mapping, here we see that Hornet has a dedicated button for her needle Lin, aka her music instrument she plays with Silk and her needle.
Also, I just realized LT is the harpoon.
And she also got a dedicated button for her harpoon attack, which is also something I did not anticipate.
Yeah, without a doubt,
Hornet,
right?
now in the new demo, also breaks down more often. While originally she only broke down at the end of the demo after the Moss Mother fight, she now also momentarily breaks down twice in Moss Grotto, but gets
I
up
really
again.
like the way the healing system works, with the idea of like it will always take up all of your spawn, so you can't do like minor heals and try and save the spawn. I feel like this is something where the upgrade system is gonna be the charm system, or whatever the fuck they're doing with their version. That's
Which
where
makes sense,
a
since
lot
it
of the
probably
changes
just
are gonna happen.
symbolizes her level of exhaustion better and is a bit more cinematic. Moving from exhaustion to death, when Hornet dies, black emerges from underneath her, which serves as a screen transition. I know that does not mean she's void, but it does coincide with this new cocoon breaking animation we see when going back again. We see a shadowy Hornet in an almost like infant-like position, and we know that Hornet has not the same kind of separation between body and soul as the vessel had with its shade, but maybe there's still something to this? Like, what, canonically speaking, would be the reason here that Hornet can come back to life, basically? Because we know that Team Cherry takes these things seriously. In Blue's video, which is a speedrun of the Lace boss fight, which is hilarious in its own right, he mentions and shows that when we stagger Lace near the edge, we can push her into the lava for additional damage, and then she jumps out swiftly again. Now, before I mention the last few big things I noticed, here's something I call the Mossback section.
She's
Naturally,
a repatriate.
Mossback, the one and only Lore King, has already noticed a lot of changes, and I've come across a summary of said changes on Twitter. Now, it would be disingenuous to pretend like I found this on my own, so here's the most important stuff Mossback mentioned, because not mentioning it at all would also not serve the purpose of this video. You can
like
turn
who?
off Hornet's voice if you so desire. You can taunt in-game, and it seems to have some kind of effect. Healing now takes longer. The old church, aka Hornet's location
Okay, I'm not sexy enough. Fuck!
for the second breakdown, has been changed to be called Ruined Chapel, and in said chapel, the bench now looks different. The music for Moss Mother, the first boss, is different. I've sadly not found a video yet where the audio of the game is really audible, so maybe if I find a good video, I'll link it in the comments. A few of the rooms have been changed around in the Deep Docks area, but there were no new rooms. The Lace dialogue is different. Now Hornet calls her a child. People are divided by whether this means that Lace is a child or whether Hornet is just talking down at her, and I think both could be the case. If Hornet
Isn't Hornet supposed to be like 100 years old, or am I crazy? He got 0 subs out of it. He's so cool.
she's old.
Yeah, I felt like Hornet calling someone a child isn't saying much. Like, she, you know, like, anyone is a child to her. Like, to me, it's the same thing as, like, Fern calling a character a child. It's like, it doesn't mean anything, you know. Anyone that's younger than however old she is a child in her eyes.
Older or more grown up than Lace, she might just call her a child because she does not respect Lace's behavior, and labels that behavior, and thus also Lace, as childish / a child.
Actually, yeah.
If Lace kills Hornet, she now looks upwards. I mean, I could speculate about this, but I already speculated about Lace years ago, and I think I know what Lace might be up to, and it can be found in this here video, and this only doesn't really prove anything, but it kind of adds to it, so you can watch the other video as well. And the dialogue with Forge Daughter is different. Hornet now says, "What is your duty here? Are you a smith of some kind?" Instead of, "I had expected more combative types, but you seem composed." It then continues on a bit, but I have yet to see gameplay covering the whole dialogue. If I come across it, I'll annotate this change in the pinned comment below, so if you're watching this a day from now, there might be some new stuff I found written down there. Thank you for your attention during the Mossback segment. Please subscribe to the Bag of Moss if you for some reason haven't already. And also subscribe to all the other people I mentioned.
Never!
During Kadea's playthrough, she actually stumbles upon a new door after the Moss Mother boss fight, which was not there previously. It might be the home of the bug we meet when Hornet breaks down one final time though. Lastly, we now know what area comes after the Lace boss fight, thanks to Norbert the Spider, who showed me these two screenshots side by side. One is from the Bell and Bench after the Lace fight in the new demo, and one is from the Summer Game Fest sizzle reel of 2022, which showed Hornet exiting a lava-y area and entering what looks to be the Farfields area. Now, these two rooms look connected enough for me now to jump to this conclusion.
Anyway, guys,
which
what do you
was
think
not
the next Hollow Knight is going to be? What are your thoughts on Hollow Knight 3? Thank you for the hydrate!
case before the new version of this demo. Before, this easily also could have been a different exit from Deep Docks or a different exit from the Forest of Bones, which will also be a lava area as we know. Anyway, I do not have the energy for an outro or a good segue anymore. Subscribe to my channel.
Yeah.
Join my
Oh
Patreon
man,
to give my
so many
channel
things to think
patronage,
about.
And I will
so many fucking things. I'm not gonna lie though, I am getting a little drowsy. So I do think right now it's a good idea to do collage pics because my brain is like, what the fuck? Hollow Knight 3 will be a co-op game. I agree. I think that'll be so cool. No, I'm happy. I'm happy to do collage now. Let's do collage first. But also, ¿Qué hora es? Hora de Gimbo! It's hora de Gimbo! Do I say hora de Gimbo correct? Thank you. But yeah. Hey, September 4th, man. That's insane. That's fucking insane. September 4th. That's good. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Now, listen to me. When you guys play the fucking game, I don't want to hear no spoilers. But you may tell me about what you like and dislike. But also, what the fuck is this first image? You're so dumb. And what is this? The fucking game of the year. Yeah, I mean, okay, we pretty much can guarantee this will definitely get game of the year. Like, nom. It's gonna get game of the year nomination. It won't win, I don't think. We need to have the clown hat. Hey, Snooze. Yeah, bud? Ah! It won't win! Skongino. And then next one is... I don't even know what the fuck you just sent me, but let's check out. Ah, bro, this fucking thing. Nah, the fact that this thing just... Oh, no. This game is amazing. Oh, God, I can't wait. I just can't wait. It's gonna be so fun. Let me put this, like, a little bit above. Don't cover... No, I'll never cover Toby. Fuckino. I think that's a good name for it. Save! And also export. I kind of want to show the Expanse thing, but I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that's nowhere near as exciting for you guys. because of Skong. Like, I'm excited. I'm super hyped. I think that game's gonna be amazing. But, like, you know, for you guys, it's not gonna be that cool just because, you know. I'll show it. It's not... They don't show any real gameplay. It's mostly... Like, it's in-game, but it's not like you're gonna see shooting and stuff like that. I just think it looks very pretty, and I'm very excited. I'll go to it. So, it's in the Expanse world and stuff. But just look how pretty it is. I'm very excited. I really like the armor.
Says you daydreaming again? I am. See, so we just need to shoot a few more unlucky bastards and done. Us two merry mercs can finally have some shore leave. Where are you hoping we dock? How about Ganymede? Fresh veggies from the domes, no damn tube protein. and some cranky Martian Marines itching for a fight with their UN
It is very Mass
counterpart.
Effect like.
I'll pass. Other options? Series? Might look a bit grim sometimes. And OPA extremists are working overtime to set the station on fire. But it is the largest port in the belt.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
The size of the UNN
My name is Commander Shepard, and I
You
approve
told
this
me you were tired of bars just yesterday. I said I'm tired of drinking with Luciana. She remembers too much and me...
Sorry, just to explain the dialogue that's going on. The amount of times I got... Bro, in Mass Effect 1, you know when you take the elevator up? I really like the elevator in Mass Effect 1. I wish they kept it in 2 and 3. But there was a general complaint that people hated how long it took. The map is useless, I agree. But people hated it. But I loved it. I wish they kept it. I was gonna say, like in the Legendary Edition, they added the ability to like speed it up and shit like that, which was a good feature. And even skip it, but yeah, the map is super useless. I was gonna say, basically, the dialogue that's going on here, it's you and your twin, and essentially whatever character you create, you will have an identical twin. I'm pretty sure. Will be, you know, the same gender as you and whatnot. So whatever you pick, so if you pick male, you have a male twin character and whatever. Essentially, I'm not gonna say anything spoiler wise. I'm not gonna say anything spoilery. But then the concept is that you start the game as a Piltover mercenary. So you and your twin are, you know, mercenary group. And then you decide to go on shore leave, which is basically you guys want to go on a break. You go to wherever this place is, and then some shit will happen. This game is set in between season 1 and 2, apparently. So that's all we know. Story-wise, I know what this is leading to, but obviously, you know, I'm going to keep my mouth shut and just let you guys experience it for when they announce or when we get to see. There is a theory, we don't know 100%, but there is a rumor that this game might actually be a 2026 release date. Yeah, I'm very excited with the way this looks. Once again, this and Exodus are like some of my most anticipated games. Exodus is 100% apparently guaranteed for 2026. I know. Icky. It's not 27 years from now. It's not the 30 billion years ago. But I was just gonna say, we'll see. I mean, Owlcat does have an issue where most of the games come out and they come out kind of like fucked up, and then they end up fixing them. They aren't a giant studio, so this is one of their biggest games that they're making just from a production standpoint. We'll see what they're gonna do. I'm very excited for this though. I think this looks great.
Too little.
Like, obviously it's just visuals, but it looks fantastic.
Series, then.
They've said most Owlcat games, they're CRPGs, the ones that are like Baldur's Gate, you know, for Rogue Trader, the games that I like. They said those games on average are like 100 hours long. This game, they said they want to aim for somewhere between 30 hours. So I'm imagining something around like Mass Effect timeline, which I think is perfect. Like, I think that's a good amount of time. 30 hours, you know, 30 hours, maybe closer to 40 with like side content, I think is a good amount of time. But they've already said certain things, like, for example, you don't get to do any space combat gameplay wise. So, like, obviously we'll probably see space combat in the same way, but I'm imagining gameplay wise, it's going to be very similar to Mass Effect, but with improvements, with stuff like that. I know you've never played Owlcat games. They're very influential. They're known for making really good, really expressive RPGs. So I think they're going to do a great job. I think 30 hours would be great for a game like this. I agree. I mean, we already know we're going to have 2 companions with us at all times. So like Mass Effect, you know, you'll have more companions on the ship, but 2 companions joining you, which I think is going to be really cool. Their campaigns are genuinely fantastic. You know, people love their stories. We don't know if we're going to have... I love companions too. I'm surprised he didn't use the AI. But yeah, I mean, companions to me, like Garrus. Without Garrus, the game would be shit. The game wouldn't be fuck and all without Garrus. Garrus is like one of the coolest fucking characters ever. Oh. Also, just something else to know about the Expanse. The world is... The sci-fi of Expanse is supposed to be like a lot more realistic. I'm gonna explain just some general lore just because I think it's very cool. Just because I feel like this might also, you know, it's exciting. The main 3 places in the Expanse, the main, like, you will be able to pick this in your character creation. Fuck you. You will get to pick this in your character creation. Where you will get to pick between playing an Earther, a Martian, or a Belter. Earther, regardless, you will always be playing a human character. Like, they will always be a human being, right? The difference, though, is where you were born. So, if you were born on Mars, if you were born on Earth, and if you were born on the belt. The belt here is the asteroid belt. That's why they're called Belters. So, essentially... gameplay-wise, it might not affect too much. I think story-wise, the implications would be that, like, you can play a lot more of a hardened character and whatever the fuck. But essentially, why this is more important is because if you are playing a human, if you are playing an Earthling, sorry, so you were born on Earth, you are kind of like a part of the general populace, right? Earth has a lot of issues, but you are part of the general populace. You are the everyday man. If you were born on Mars, Mars is kind of like... The idea is that these guys are fighting to build Mars to become completely habitable. Right now, it's not habitable entirely, right? So you are kind of more gruffer. You are more militaristic. So, like, there's this idea of you have to be a soldier on Mars if you want to make any progress. And then if you are a Belter, this is basically... the worst of the worst that you can have. You were born on the asteroid belts, which means that you don't have which means that you don't get a good supply of air, and also more importantly, visually, is that belters in this game, in the Expanse universe, some of these people can be like 9 feet tall because the way gravity has affected them, so their bodies have just like stretched over the years and stuff like that. So imagine it only changes the dialogue. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, that sort of stuff always happens in a lot of these games. That's basically what Cyberpunk does with your backgrounds, where at some point it's just like your background doesn't matter at all. So, you know, once again, it might not be important at all, but the visual thing is kind of cool. I don't think it's gonna be like the most important thing in the world. You know, but I do think it's kind of cool that, you know, you can play a 9-foot Belter character and whatnot. I'm probably going to pick Martian just because I like the Martian idea. The idea of, like, people being forced into this militaristic background is kind of fascinating to me. I think the environments look really nice. But yeah, the Expanse is a lot more of a realistic sci-fi. Obviously, it still uses fantastical stuff, but it's a lot more realistic. Weren't you able to choose where you were born in ME1? I don't think you chose where you were born, but you got to choose... Wait, yes, you did get to choose where you were born. And also, I think more specifically, you got to choose where, like, what your biggest moment was. So you got to choose what the most dramatic thing that happened to you was. So how did you become this very established character is what you got to choose.
My suggestion? Eros.
By the way, another thing that was in ME1, and it always comes back per game, but like very minor, right? It's not a big deal. It's more just for character flavor for you to like imagine the exact scenario. The thing I was going to say, by the way, just so that you know, and this is what's exciting me about this game, is that all of these areas that we've seen are all on the same station.
Domes.
So this is all on the same place. This isn't like several different areas in the game. This is all just one big area, you know, which is really cool. So right now we know it's in alpha, which means that it could very easily become, you know. Yeah, so you know, I'm imagining this. I imagine, I don't know, it could be like the Citadel, but I feel like they might, you know, this might just be one area to explore. Very cool though, right? I think it looks great. It's a very small thing. There's not like a whole lot to show. I just think it looks really dope. The other thing I wanted to see, I don't know if they have this, but yeah. So we'll see. I mean, we aren't going to be able to see Exodus, by the way. Exodus won't be shown to the public, but people are going to be able to talk about it. So I'm very excited for when we do get to hear about it. Hi, everyone. Hi. Congrats, Mateo. I did just want to see this. I just saw this briefly. I'm going to skip through, but...
Place is sort of striking look.
Yeah.
You all settle on this art style because it's honestly, it's one of the most sort of striking looking games I've ever seen.
Well, initially when we started,
I spoke to Team
the real reason Team Cherry took 7 years to make
Cherry, they were like, yeah, it took 7 years because we were just having so much fun and like.
Wait, that's the reason?
It's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons.
They were having too much fun?
They like have discovered this development methodology where they just have so much fun creating things that like they were just like, all right, I mean, I guess it's done, but like we're just having so much fun making this thing, like coming up with new ideas, and basically they are able to. So they started at the very beginning. They started by creating Hornet's kind of moveset and her gameplay and the way she feels, and then from there, because of their how they, when I spoke to Team Sherry,
that is insane. Also, I'm not gonna lie, for a moment I just thought he was reacting to him, so I was shocked when he responded. I was like, what?
We're like, yeah, it took 7 years because we were just having so much fun, and like
I think it's really stupid. Once again, I don't care that it took that long. I think it's just really, really dumb that they just don't know how to communicate.
like our first like tries to do this.
This game looks so
like
cool.
20, I think.
I'm excited
18,
for this.
I think, and of those games like Inside, maybe a Little Nightmares and stuff like this, but those are far in between. And this is for a reason, because like even if the game is full,
I'm skipping through
like,
just because
like,
the combat I remember
is,
looked
like,
really good
also,
in
like,
this game.
Our concept director here because we've incorporated.
Yeah, I think this looks so good.
Whenever I like live, it looks so much better, and yeah.
To make sort of something that's evocative of like a 16-bit Super Nintendo scrolling, but you
American Bomb itself.
Oh wow!
Yeah, no, this is gorgeous.
This gave a huge push to.
Let's go to the combat segment, see if they do show anything.
We try to answer a question what it's like to be human. So
that is awesome. Like I did not expect that much. Like that is some great, excellent world building there. Like you guys really got in with the details.
Yeah, we also like our narrative team also does a lot of job in like providing all like the.
I think we grew up watching a.
Yeah, this is. I remember looking. This looks so
in
sick.
A sort of like unnatural way to a human, because he can pass human body's limits, and that's why basically. I'm
very
like
excited
that.
for this, man.
In terms of games, our holy bible, I think, is Inside.
I hope we get
from Playdead, because it's like a top-notch cinematic platformer. Even though their story is not so like spoken, it's more like a minimalistic. But it's like a textbook for how you should build it. But as well, like as we learned,
this just came out like 40 minutes ago, by the way. I'm sorry, I know I'm skipping through quite a lot. But I'm just trying to see like some of the bigger moments.
So it has like a kinetic energy like generator inside. So whenever
my one concern is that we've seen all of this before.
Whenever you beat the.
So like we're not seeing anything new.
You get to see it a lot during the combat, right? It's there was a scene in one of the clips I watched from you guys where the protagonist gets hit, the camera spins completely upside down. It's just like that sort of dynamic stuff that you wouldn't necessarily expect from like.
Guys, I'm sorry. I know I'm like wrapping it up quickly, but I am gonna wrap it up now. But, oh man. Isn't it crazy though? Isn't it crazy? We're getting so many cool games. Obviously Silksong. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? It's gonna be crazy. Holy shit. I can't believe we're finally getting it. It is so much, but it's so cool. I like even a game that I'm not like jumping with joy at, I think looks good is like Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds 2, I think looks solid. I need more time to play them all. Yeah, I mean, aren't you playing Obsidian right now? Oblivion, sorry. Play Oblivion or whatever you're playing right now. Try and beat it. Or at the very least get to a point where you don't need to like rush through the ending or whatever. And then just sit down and enjoy Silksong when it comes out. Because I know you're going to be playing that game all day. Oh, then play Ghost of Tsushima. Finish Ghost of Tsushima now. Or after, I guess. Who the fuck knows? I mean, you've got a few days. You've got 2 weeks. You've got enough time. You can beat these games. I'm an indecisive boy. Fucking Jesus Christ. You need a dominatrix. That's what you need. Someone who steps on your balls. That's what you need. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate it. I forgot what the hell is happening tomorrow. I think tomorrow is also the Xbox event. I will check, and then I'll let you guys know what time I'm streaming. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. If it is just like an Xbox event, I think tomorrow then we'll save it to talk about Death Stranding. I think that'll be fun. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Guts. Thank you, Mateo. Thank you, earlier to Media. Thank you to Sean. Thank you to Nazif. Thank you, guys. Really do appreciate it. Hope you all have a great day, and peace. Silksong is never